What's up, guys? It's Zach with Regen, and today we're going to go over 3 simple steps that'll help you lose weight in 2024. Let's waste no time and get right into it. What's up, guys? Hope you're doing all right today. Glad you clicked on the video, but I know your time is valuable, so we're just gonna get straight into it. And quick side note, just before we jump in, if you're already an athlete and you're just here looking to get shredded, to be honest, this probably is not the video for you, and I would just go on to the next one. However, if you're just someone that's trying to get in better shape or fit or just really wanting to feel better, then this video is gonna be perfect for you. All right, so the first step for you to lose weight in 2024 would be to count your calories. And I know some of you are gonna ask me, wait, Zach, doesn't that lead us to have kind of a bad relationship with food? Doesn't everyone else tell us not to count our calories? Now listen, I get it. I know some people can get a little on edge when they hear someone talk about counting calories. But here's the good thing about counting calories for the short run. So I'm not talking for the rest of your life. This step would probably entail about 1 to 2 weeks of counting calories. And this works especially well once you hear step number 2. So what counting calories is gonna do is that it's gonna kind of give you some basic knowledge of what foods are gonna keep you satiated and full. All right, so what's gonna give you the most energy? So things like whole food, and then things like processed food that always leaves you hungry throughout the day. And that's why I kind of like people to count calories for at least 1 to 2 weeks. Now, step 2 is equally as important. Step 2 is very simple. You just eat whole foods. That's it. Eat natural foods. Mostly. Okay, so there's a rule out there called the 80-20 rule. And what the 80-20 rule means is basically 80% of your food should come from whole food sources. So basically that is something that you can get from nature without any extra processing. So things like chicken breast, fruits, vegetables, anything like that. Some people go on all different sorts of diets, and that's fine, but you really don't need to make it that complicated. Now, one thing to be aware of when we say the 80-20 rule, I mean 80% of your calories, total calories, needs to come from whole foods, and 20% of your total calories can come from anything else. So it's really good to understand that. Now finally, step 3 would be training and progressive overload. Now some of you may be asking, what the heck is progressive overload? So to be fair, progressive overload is usually something talked about within the realm of weightlifting, and that's certainly part of it. So when I say progressive overload, I'm talking about picking an exercise and working to get better and better at that exercise. So for instance, if we're talking about running, say you run 30 minutes a day. This is just an example. You can do anything you want. Say you run 30 minutes a day. Maybe throughout the weeks or throughout the next month, you work on running faster. I would say running longer, but let's just be honest, not all of us have a ton of time. And so that's all I would say. Now, one thing I would also talk about would be strength training. So you don't have to have a gym membership. You don't even have to have a lot of gym equipment. If you have a floor, if you have a pull-up bar, anything, you can easily do at-home workouts to help build your strength. And your body is going to compensate for that and get more athletic and look leaner over time. And these steps have worked with people I've worked with in the past. It's because it kind of gives you the foundation of long-term success. I'll be honest, if you implement these, you're probably not going to lose 10 pounds in a month. You may, but I'm not worried about quick term success because usually things like that, they don't set you for the future. So to recap, step 1 would be to count your calories. And then if you implement this with step 2, it'll give you a really good feel for how much more satiating whole food is compared to processed junk food. And then finally, that step 3, we're going to want to progressively overload our exercise. I would try to implement both lifting and cardio. Even if you only have 20 minutes a day for each of them for say 5 days a week, you can make a lot of progress with that. So don't think of it as a short, quick change. Think of it as a lifestyle behavior modification. And that wraps it up for this video. If you thought this was helpful, please leave a like, and if you would, subscribe or leave a comment if you have any questions, concerns, and let me know if this helps. All right, guys, I'll talk to you in the next video.